This is actually a really fascinating phenomenon, the fact that you can have an entity that, like you said, doesn't necessarily have any owners, but in a way is owned by everybody that owns that asset. And that is the most distributed vote that you could possibly have in any type of organization. Simply owning slices, and as you know, Dash, similar to Bitcoin, can have very, very small subunits. And just by owning a little bit of a small subunit, you effectively can, if you exercise, have a vote into what that protocol does. And what I've really liked about Dash and what it's done in the past and initiated, been a first mover at, is taking the concept of mining and consensus and then slicing it, not quite in half, but slicing it such that simply holding, staking these coins allows you to have a vote into the network, and taking some of the funds that are normally rewarded to miners and instead rewarding that into both the people at stake and then also who they want to delegate those funds to. I think this is the reason why Dash has any of the visibility that it had and the huge growth that it had over the past 6 years was, hey, you realize that just technology isn't enough, right? Just having great, solid technology. And I think Dash has had great technology. It definitely differentiated itself in the fork war, not the fork wars, but the era of Bitcoin when you just saw a whole bunch of Bitcoin clones. They were just simply copy-paste Bitcoin without any good differentiator. Dash really separated from the crowd by saying, no, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try to pour resources into onboarding, education, the tooling and tool sets. That was really what differentiated it and actually what gave it a lot of visibility to people all around the world. Now taking that and diversifying what you do with that money. First it was, hey, let's do some marketing. Let's fund podcasters. Let's create educational videos. Let's fund influencers, you name it. Now actually going and taking those funds and investing it in projects such as Edge really helps elevate not just Dash itself, but also the whole cryptocurrency ecosystem as a whole. So what really makes me proud of that ecosystem and that initiative specifically is that it's, yes, directed at Dash, but directed at the goal of what cryptocurrency was really aimed to deliver. Whether it's a Dash that's able to deliver it, which I think it's very close to doing, or any other ecosystems, Ethereum with smart contracts that are trying to target different use cases of cryptocurrency, they're helping support that end goal. So this is a very unique situation that we're in, where sure, just people that hold a relatively anonymous cryptocurrency can have a stake in deploying funds to fund more traditional companies. It's kind of an inverse. You usually see the traditional entities such as VCs are now funding coin projects and tokens that don't have really an entity. And now it's going in reverse. We have these coin projects which don't really have a single unified entity funding traditional companies. And so I think it's a beautiful interplay between the two, and it also helps us see, hey, what works best, or what hybrid of the two models work best, and see that flourish. So happy to have received the investment in Dash. We're proud to really take initiative in supporting some more Dash-specific functionality over the next few months, and excited to see what else the Dash Investment Fund finds very useful and will help drive adoption for. So thanks a lot to the Dash Investment Foundation, and of course to all of the folks there that are helping support Edge and other projects. So definitely DeFi is a big piece of our initiative. DeFi is what I fundamentally think is the layer on top of just money and payments that's necessary to get people off a lot of centralized services. And that's been our kind of unified goal at Edge for a long time, is that we saw a lot of the industry really driving into centralized services because, hey, they're familiar, right? It's a bank. It feels like a bank. I know how to use a bank. Sure, let me just continue to use a bank. The problem is many people are putting their funds on centralized services. Let's go ahead and at least make it, and I think many companies have done this, make sending and receiving value and holding value easy for self-custody. However, if you think about our world, many people put funds not just in a vault and in a wallet that can send and receive, they put funds in other financial services. And if all of those were fully custodial, then you'll see a lot of the world using just fully custodial solutions, and thus reverting back to what we already have with traditional finance today. So DeFi enables that extra layer on top of what I call the financial stack. Like, it's not a technology stack, but a financial stack. And taking over more of that financial stack with self-custody solutions is what really excites me, because more people can exit out of the TradFi. And to me, a lot of Bitcoin crypto companies are TradFi. They're not crypto companies, they're traditional finance. So enabling that and then making making use of cryptocurrency in the DeFi world easier, as well as making the use of cryptocurrency in just regular payments easier. We're going to be supporting the Dash naming system, so people can not have to scan QR codes or type in long, or have to recognize long, scary-looking public addresses, and can just simply send to a human-readable name. As well, one of the big innovations that the Dash did, I was very, very happy about, was making instant send automatic. No effort. You just send a normal transaction as you normally would do, and if possible, it becomes an instant send. So we'll be supporting detecting the fact that you've received an instant send. So you know, all right, I can walk away and provide someone a product that they've sent me Dash for without having to wait for a confirmation. I think those little innovations have been so key, because it's been a war of, okay, well, you know, Lightning, sure, it's instant, but we have a lot of trade-offs in that world. And even if you have like a Bitcoin Cash, which is cheaper and allows you to send transactions, you have a high throughput of transactions, you're still waiting 10 minutes for a confirmation. With Dash and Instant Send, it feels like Lightning, but with some of the benefits of obvious on-chain transactions versus having to deal with, you know, routing and liquidity on the network. So it's seemingly a lot of the best of both worlds. So we're happy to support some of those efforts and protocols.